Hello, fellow internet person. Remember Mario Kart DS? Of course you do. It's one of Nintendo's all-time classics, countless video essays notwithstanding. It introduced features such as online play or a fantastic single-player mission mode, yet it's this kart right here that I'd like to talk about. See, on the GameCube, Nintendo started to implement specific karts for specific characters. They'd continue this trend on the DS, yet instead of just using their IPs as inspiration for the vehicles present, they decided to look elsewhere for inspiration. And amongst the vacuum cleaners, shopping carts, and literal tanks, you'll find a Formula 1 car of sorts. This is the B Dasher. So beloved was this tube of a go-kart that it happened to be the cover star for Mario Kart DS. Not just the box art would feature the ferocious fellow, but marketing, commercials, posters, all the good stuff. Yet its attributes out on track are mediocre at best. Understandable considering this is probably the vehicle most kids would have picked after picking up the game for the first time. Oh my god, it turns like a truck. Let's just say there are plenty of other fun karts to crush about in Mario Kart DS. To be honest, this isn't one of them, though that doesn't make it any less noteworthy. According to quite a few fan wikis, this beloved Barouge was inspired by the first Japanese Formula 1 car to ever win a Grand Prix, the Honda Irae 272. No, not that one. There we go, this little soapbox. October 24th, 1965. Formula 1 racing is still close to its infancy. British superstars like Graham Hill and Jim Clark dominate the sport in their gorgeous BRM and Lotus machines. Ferrari and Maserati represent Italian ingenuity in the wacky world of Grand Prix racing. American teams like Eagle go toe-to-toe with the likes of Jack Brabham, Bruce McLaren, or future legend Jochen Rindt. A true who's who of Formula racing in the 60s. And amongst all of these international juggernauts is a small Japanese car manufacturer barely 3 years of age. At the wheel of this beloved behemoth, Richie Ginther, an American racer who's about to win his one and only Formula 1 Grand Prix. Where others face technical problems, his Honda would thrive after copious hours around the Mexican circuit, a truly remarkable achievement for his career and the Honda company. It's not as if the Irae 272 had been a world beater up to this point, yet Ginther and Honda managed to lead every single lap of that year's Mexican Grand Prix, the final round of the 1965 Formula 1 World Championship. It would take 2 more years for their second win, and another, 41 for their third. You can see why it would mean so much to them. Forging dreams as a form of marketing seems much easier when you manage to fulfill one of your own on the world's grandest stage. Mr. Honda happened to be a huge motor racing enthusiast himself. Now, sure, the field wasn't gigantic, the championship had already been decided, but it was an important win for Richie Ginther, Honda, and Japan in general. Ever since 2005, the beloved B Dasher has been ported to countless games in the franchise. Mario Kart 7 and 8 would feature the kart, though it's considered one of their more useless chassis. The Honda Irae 272, though, that's a bit tougher to come across in the world of racing games. Your two best shots, other than Mario Kart of course, couldn't be further apart in terms of style, timing, physics, anything really. Modern race fans might try their luck in Polyphony's GT7. Now, I don't own Gran Turismo 7 because, But compared to Nintendo's go-kart adventures, feedback for the Irae 272 has been mostly positive. The handling seems to evoke exactly what GT fans would have expected from this type of monoposto. A snappy, rewarding machine with a gorgeous 12-cylinder symphony of sound blasting through the streets of Tokyo, the mountains of whatever this is, or Tsukuba. It's been a while since I played Gran Turismo, okay? Honda even recently hosted an esports event, putting most of the emphasis in marketing and within the live stream on the Irae 272. And underpaid sim racers, I suppose. Your other choice is one of sim racing's all-time classics and a cornerstone of classic racing culture, Grand Prix Legends. If you ever want to tip a toe into 60s Formula 1 racing, this is your game. Not Forza, not Gran Turismo, not Assetto Corsa or F1 Challenge, R-Factor 1 or Live for Speed. This is gonna be your bread and butter. Countless amounts of mods, tracks, and man-hours put into this game by a dedicated community make it a playable museum of sorts. And as part of the 1965 season, you can hop straight into the Irae 272 yourself. Who knows, maybe you can repeat Richie's feat, or maybe add to his success that year? Help the underdogs of Honda rise to the top of Formula 1? I'm pretty sure you can do a better job than me, though. Yeah, it's difficult. While Gran Turismo 7 is seemingly suitable for all comers, Grand Prix Legends is as feisty and as hardcore as they come. Patience and persistence are required to tame the beasts of this era. No wonder GameStar once ranked it amongst the most difficult PC games they'd ever tested. I love the design of this card. The silhouette stands out amongst many contemporaries, especially compared to later attempts at importing real-life vehicles into Mario Kart. It would have been easy for them to assume that they just had to import a modern Formula 1 car of the time and try and use that for marketing purposes. I suppose technical difficulties with the Nintendo DS wouldn't have made that possible. And let's just say that later additions to the design wouldn't be as smart. I would personally call it a blessing in disguise, considering that this is arguably the quintessential design of Mario Kart DS. As you may have noticed, though, it's not as if they copied the car one-to-one. Those chunks right there seem to be inspired by other legends of the era. Grand Prix Legends provides us with examples such as the Matra, Lotus, hell, even other Hondas. It's not super surprising to see some wikis refer to the 1967 Honda as the F1 car on the Mario Kart DS cover. Then again, they do wrongfully call it the first Japanese car to win a Grand Prix, so no, it's not the 1967 one, though I could see the resemblance. I find it fascinating that despite its age, people won't look at the Mario Kart DS cover and think, that's an old as racing car. Cringe. Is that how young people talk now? It managed to stay timeless despite the age of its origin, an icon of Nintendo and Grand Prix racing history. Nowadays, even some obscure sim titles feature fan-made tributes to the cigarette-shaped schlong. Only goes to show how much people adore this design, it seems. Sure, it might not be the fastest, the most durable, or the most fun even, but it's memorable, reliable enough, and damn sure a passion project. Something true about the Irae 272, Grand Prix Legends, Gran Turismo, and definitely Mario Kart DS, both from a developer's perspective and regarding its fanbase. There is a reason why there are countless video essays, documentaries, and world record competitions surrounding the DS port of Mario Kart. And I'd argue, rightfully so. Partially thanks to this, I guess.